All right, let's get right into it. You know, we're always told to dream big, hustle harder. But what if the people who are building these truly extraordinary lives, what if they aren't just working harder? What if they're actually operating on a kind of hidden framework, a system that makes their future less of a guess and more of a guarantee? Well, today, that's the system we're going to unpack.
This quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. A dream without a system is just chaos wearing a nice suit. It's basically saying that ambition and goals are great. They look good on the outside, but without a structure underneath, it's all just a mess. The real takeaway is we need to stop just staring at the dream and start building the machine that actually gets us there.
So, first things first, we have to tear down this huge idea that's everywhere, the hustle lie. It's this cultural myth that promises you'll make it if you just grind and outwork everyone else. But honestly, it's not a path to success. It's a trap, and it almost always leads to one place: burnout.
It really feels like we've been sold a complete lie. Our culture just worships this image of the person who never sleeps, who sacrifices everything for their goals. But behind that glorified hustle, the reality is way harsher. It's burnout. It's regret. And it turns out the real winners, they're not grinding, they're designing. Think about it like this. Hustle is like dirty fuel. It gets you going, sure, but it's reactive, it leads to burnout, and any progress you make is temporary. A rhythm, on the other hand, that's clean fuel. It's designed for the long haul, for sustainability, and it allows your progress to compound, day after day after day. So, if grinding is the trap, what's the alternative? Well, it's this big shift in perspective, realizing that your life is a system. The people building these incredible, meaningful lives, they aren't just luckier than us. They're better architects. They've stopped just reacting to life and started intentionally designing it. So what do we even mean by a system? And look, it's not some cold, rigid thing. A better way to think about it is like this. Systems are containers for your energy. They're pathways for your purpose. And, maybe most importantly, they are frameworks that protect you from burning out. They're not about restriction. They're actually designed to create freedom. And this leads to a pretty tough question you have to ask yourself. Because here's the thing. You already have a system. We all do. The results you're getting in your life right now are exactly what your current system is designed to produce. So the real question is, did you build it on purpose, or did it just kind of happen by accident? Now, here's probably the most freeing idea in all of this. That chaotic schedule you have, that inconsistent energy, that list of goals you never seem to finish, those are not character flaws. They are system flaws. And that is fantastic news. Why? Because systems can be fixed. It was never about you being broken. It was about the architecture being broken. Okay, so where do we even begin this redesign? We have to start inside, with our inner blueprint. True abundance, whether that's money or creativity or just peace of mind, it doesn't come from chasing things. It comes from designing an internal world, an inner ecosystem, where everything just works together in harmony. And this internal work really boils down to two foundational steps. Step 1, define. You have to get radically, brutally clear on the life you are actually trying to build. Step 2, align. You have to start becoming the kind of person who could actually live and thrive in that future you just defined. And this is not about pretending or being fake. The crucial shift in thinking is right here. It is not fake it until you make it. It's behave it until you believe it. And why is that so important? Because our identity changes through proof, through evidence. Every single time you take an aligned action, it's like casting a vote for your future self, and you just keep casting those votes until that new identity simply becomes who you are.
All right, so once that inner blueprint starts to feel clear and solid, it's time to actually start building. We move from that internal architecture to the outer framework. These are the practical, tangible systems that turn your vision into your day-to-day reality.
And just look at how simple and practical these shifts can be. Instead of a calendar that just reacts to everyone else's demands, you design your days with intentional time blocking. Instead of just letting in all the unfiltered noise from the world, you curate your information diet. You can even redesign your workspace from chaotic to frictionless and focused. Each one of these is a tiny hinge that swings a huge door.
This whole idea really comes down to one incredibly powerful principle: leverage. You put in the effort to design a process one time, like creating a simple morning checklist or setting up an automated bill payment, and it saves you time and mental energy every single day after that. That is the quiet magic of a good system.
So what's the big payoff?
What does all this design work actually create for you? Well, this is it. It's freedom from that constant feeling of chaos. It's momentum you can count on, that's repeatable and doesn't just depend on your mood. It creates the mental space you need for creativity. It makes good decisions the easy default choice. And ultimately, success and wealth just become a natural byproduct of a system that's built to win.
You know, when your system is really dialed in, something profound starts to happen. Your future stops feeling like a lottery ticket, like a roll of the dice. It becomes an engineered outcome. It's no longer uncertain. It actually becomes inevitable. The structure itself is just designed for success.
So, in the end, you don't need a crystal ball. You don't need to guess what's coming. You just need to build a machine, a system that wins day in and day out. A structure that makes the results you want almost automatic. That is how you stop trying to predict the future, and you just start building it.
So as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this one question to think about. You don't need to go and overhaul your entire life overnight. That's not how it works. System builders know that tiny, small changes are the things that cascade into massive results. So, my question for you is, what's the first small system you're going to build?